You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. Just a little old artisanal podcastery show where we break out our wooden tools every week and bring you a new podcast about old video games.
It smells artisanal in here.
It does.
When I walked into the Hexagon, I was like, "Oh, god damn, it smells artisanal in here." I'm ready to podcraft.
Oh yeah, get our podcrafting up.
Let's do it.
Face southwest. Use a lightning crystal.
We got Chocto here with us.
Hell yes.
How's it going, Tadpogolites? Is it Tadpogolites?
Tadpoglodites.
Tadpoglid. I knew I was close.
Yeah. Hey, look. The motto here at Tadpog is close enough. Thanks for joining us.
No problem, man. Glad to be back on and not talking about Smash for once.
We can if you want to.
No. Need a little break.
Goofy and Max for Smash.
They're gonna play like the Ice Climbers.
Because I'm very glad that you were available, because this is also sort of a Smash in case of emergency sort of situation.
This is thrown
I see
together.
what you did there.
Because everybody was expecting
Super Strike Eagle.
Super Strike Eagle, courtesy of the randomizer.
All hail the randomizer.
But
All hail the randomizer.
But life's randomizer threw me a little bit of a good curveball in that Sunday the doctors were like, "Hey, we're gonna send Jack home on Tuesday." So it was just like, "Oh, okay, well, let's scramble and get everything together as much as we can." So yeah, I didn't have time. Sean Miller couldn't reschedule anything on Tuesday, so thankfully Dave had an idea. Chocto, you were behind it. So today we are going to talk about Goof Troop. I have nothing to contribute. I have not had time to play the game because
But you know who Goofy is and Max. So
I watched the show extensively. I could talk about the show, but I cannot talk anything about the video game.
Now, I have seen like maybe 2 episodes of the show. So this is like we're going to like put this puzzle together. You, me, and Chocto. This is the game over at the at Stephen Michael's Facebook group, Retro Gaming Monthly. So I like to get involved there. So I had been playing Goof Troop anyway, and then parallel to that, Chocto and I had been talking, and Chocto was like, "Hey man, if you ever need any help for the show, these are the games that I feel comfortable talking about." And Goof Troop was on that list. So Tyler, when you told me the other day that we needed to scramble and figure something out, it was like, okay, I've played Goof Troop, and I know that we have a guest who will come on.
Yeah, because it was basically like publish a Patreon episode, but they don't like doing that.
I hate doing that.
It was like, well, we could revive all calls and piss a bunch of people off.
And I didn't want to do that.
You like Goof Troop, and I was like, hell yeah.
Let's do Goof Troop. So Chocto, essentially you've bailed us the fuck out, so thank you for that.
Listen, I'm always happy to be on the show, and it seems like the stars aligned on this one.
Hell yeah. Because I had a lot of things ready for the most part for Jack, because I've been prepping up over the weeks. Because twice now he has been just the day before or even hours before coming home, and then something just happens at the last minute and he has to stay longer. So I've been slowly like cleaning and moving things, setting up, building cribs and furniture and everything. And I was mostly done before Melissa was like, what would be a better idea? If we turned our closet into Jack's bedroom, which Tadpog Closet was also a recording space for a short time.
That is sure. It has a history.
Yeah, it's a sizable walk-in closet. So it could definitely be a room with some rearranging. So my house has no storage space, so everything went in that walk-in closet. So we had to bring everything out of the walk-in closet. So my house is a fucking disaster, but his room is clean and nice and fantastic.
Well, I've got a suggestion, if you don't mind. Mm-hmm. I don't want to like, I know this is like your personal thing. I don't want to like interject in there, but I heard you said that you were building cribs. Mm-hmm. Just build one. You just got the baby. right?
That's true. Yeah.
Just build
well,
a
I got to
crib.
put one crib on
Just
top
build
of
one
it.
crib.
There's one giant crib. Just make your house a giant crib.
That's true. We can all live in the giant crib together.
Yeah. That's what MTV Cribs was leading up to. We just never got there. The show ended too soon.
Oh, it's true.
It was actually a social experiment, and the message was MTV was trying to give us is that we are all babies.
Trapped in the crib of capitalism. Yeah.
The crib of life.
So, and then, hopefully he will be coming home today. Today is Monday. So, hopefully by the time this show publishes, he'll be on his way home. We'll be all good. Everything will be wonderful.
He'll be podcasting.
He'll be in the old studio, so it's more than appropriate.
You're right.
See, what's going to make next week when we do Super Strike Eagle even more interesting is because we rescheduled that to record that on a different day. Completely coincidentally, that's also the day I'm getting my vasectomy.
Oh,
so that's going to be a
boy.
really fun episode.
Are you going to have to sit on a special pillow?
Probably.
Yeah. Are you going to be on medication?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be a great episode.
Are
I believe the doctor said he was going to load me up with Xanax and Percocet. So it'll be a fun episode.
All right. Are you sure you still
Will
want to
it
do
be Pokemon Snap fun?
Maybe. We'll see.
Or what was the other one? Legend of Zelda, I think.
Yeah, I got pretty drunk on
Legend
Legend of Zelda.
that? Legend of Zelda. That was the eating ass episode.
Yeah.
That's my favorite episode.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Just Tyler goes from 0 to 60 at the last 15 minutes of the episode.
That's how it was. Pokemon Snap, I feel like I was pretty tipsy all throughout it. Overwatch,
You were beyond tipsy.
Overwatch, I was pretty messed up.
You were messed
Especially
up on Overwatch.
I do not remember the last 15 minutes of.
Do you remember any of
Overwatch.
Snap?
A little bit, yeah. I remember I was drunk, but I wasn't gone on Pokemon Snap.
Well, we're not gonna do Goof Troop today. We're gonna re-listen to Pokemon Snap and just give commentary. That should be a Patreon episode.
Ryan, please edit the best of me being messed up. So
The Tyler super messed up super edit.
Maybe you guys will get to a Disney status where you just remake old episodes.
I like it.
You just redo the Legend of Zelda episode and the Pokemon Snap episodes.
We'll do live action re-releases.
open up the Tadpog vault.
So wait, how in the world is The Lion King a live action remake, by the way?
Oh yeah. No.
That's all cartoon, right?
Yep.
That's all
Yep.
animated.
They're not
right?
actually training lions to do shit. So
Yeah, that'd
it's
be-
not a live action. It's just more realistic looking.
That'd be pretty sweet, though. You know how many lions died in the making of The Lion King?
You know how many
lot.
people died in the making of a live action Lion King?
Especially during the stampede scene.
Oh, yes.
Oh shit. Well, I guess I'm your bird host Tyler, and I guess all things relating to my son and me being drunk on previous episodes. That's my intro story.
I love it. Chocto, what have you been getting into? You've teased me with you said that you got a really good intro story about a visit from hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So my wife and I have a cat, JJ, our cat, also known as our son. And he was acting kind of strange for a couple days, not really having much of an appetite. And our cat is obese. Let's go with the word obese.
Big boy.
He's 16 pounds. He's a 16-pound cat.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't have his claws. His previous owner declawed him. But his last vet visit was about 5 years ago, so I was getting a little worried that he didn't have much of an appetite because he's normally asking for food multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up on Saturday morning, and he'll wake us up around 7 or 8 a.m., and we'll go feed him. I'll go back to bed. And we slept till 9:30, 10 o'clock, and he didn't ask for food. So I was a little concerned. I was like, we should maybe take him to the vet. So we put him in the carrier. He was clearly upset. We got to the vet, and there was no one in the waiting room but us, and he was in his carrier. And then a dog came in, and that's when he started to turn. He started clawing at the walls of the thing he was in, looking like he was going to pounce at the dog. And we're like, okay, this is going to be an interesting visit.
He's like Rorschach in the prison.
He is. You're stuck in here with me. And we went into the exam room, and we take him out. He's a nervous wreck, hissing at everybody, and he doesn't have claws, like I said. So his first line of defense is, I'm going to bite, like a dog. But he doesn't bite that hard. So one of the nurses, or what's the equivalent of a nurse to a veterinarian? Is it still a nurse?
Is it a vet tech?
Vet's assistant, vet tech. There you go.
Vet tech? Okay. And if there's any vet techs out there and I just insulted you, I apologize.
No vet techs listen to this show. It's a fact. I've done I've run the numbers. I've done the research. It turns out they don't like us.
We're going to get that one, and they're going to start with this episode, and they're immediately going to stop listening.
I'll put vet...
Boost this on Facebook to vet techs.
Right, yeah, exactly. Targeting vet techs. Targeting
anyway,
female, 18 to 25, occupation, vet tech.
So we get to the exam room, and they put on... First of all, the vet says, get the cat gloves.
Oh, God.
They have gloves for, I guess, cats that are acting up.
They're bitey.
And they put on what appear to be these falcon gloves. You know those big leather gloves that if you have a falcon on your arm?
Yes.
Or those bird trainers. That they put on 2 of those. The vet tech puts on 2 of those.
Susan, get the falcon gloves. We got a chompy boy.
Yeah. They should have just said, get the falcon gloves. They said, get the cat gloves. Those are not cat gloves. And he's flipping out, hissing, trying to bite. They have to hold him by his neck because then they kind of turn him on his side. So they grab his neck, they turn him on his side, and then they go to shave a little part of his hind leg because they have to take blood.
Yeah.
And he starts, as soon as they go to shave, they shave a little bit, he starts rocketing piss.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Last method of defense, pissing and shitting.
No.
Yep.
He's just laying on his side, and piss just starts flying. Luckily, none of us were behind him. But it was like you had max pumps on a super soaker.
A 50 or a 100?
Tap the emergency reserves.
He pissed so much so fast, I didn't even know it was possible to piss that much.
Sir, we're going to have to milk your cat to create an anti-venom.
Oh, wait, hang on. It's not even, I didn't even get to the best part.
Oh, shit.
So after they take a little blood from him, he's mad, goes back into his carrier. We bring him home. But before we leave, we get a bill. And on the bill, there was a charge for medical waste. So because our cat pissed, we had to pay for it.
How much was the medical waste?
It was only $4, but it was a $4 charge because he pissed.
Man, next time I'm in the vets, I'm gonna pee.
Here's $4.
Here's
and just piss on the table.
I'm just gonna throw 4 wadded singles.
And they have to clean
Quarters.
it. But they didn't just clean up. They said, no, we can use this. And they started syringing off the metal table, just syringes of piss.
So they could run tests on it.
We can use it. We fill water balloons full of it and throw them at kids.
Memorial Day weekend's coming up.
Yeah, so
it feels like they should pay you then.
Maybe. So we paid the bill, brought him home. It's been 2 days, and he's still pissed at us because he's kind of moping around a little bit. He's fine, though. But it was a much overdue vet visit, but pissed everywhere. Like a human-sized piss.
Maybe he just really needed to pee. That was what was irritating him so much. I
didn't know it was possible for that much to come out that fast. It's like someone took a glass of water and dumped it on the table. That was my vet visit from hell.
I had an experience with cat pee as well.
Oh, pray tell.
Hi, I'm Dave, your bespectacled host, and I gave our cat, Berlioz, a bath.
Ah, okay.
And it's a very similar story to Choctopus.
I've got a follow-up as well that's similar. Not about me, though.
Nikki and I, we were laying in bed, and Berlioz was in between us, and I was petting Berlioz. He's our black cat. He's also a chonky boy. And so I'm petting him, and it's like, man, he's kind of like, He's kind of
Dave's doing the best pantomimes right now.
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
way. No one else can see. I can appreciate his. It's like I can see the cat.
Yeah,
he's doing such a good job.
He's got like these little gritty boys all up in his skin, and it's like I'm not sure if he's just been, I don't know, hanging out in his litter box or what it is, but it's like it's almost like he went to the beach and then didn't use the shower at the beach like he was supposed to. He's sandy. So it's like
one stinky beach.
Yeah. So I was like, I gotta wash this cat. It's the middle of the night. It's 1 a.m. Let's wash a cat. So I'm like, all right, before I wash a cat.
Get my ass up at 1 a.m. Go wash the damn cat.
I was excited to do it because here's the thing.
Yeah, get to wash this cat.
I was excited because it's like, if I wash this cat, I know I'll be able to go to sleep. If I don't wash him, like all that's going to happen is I'm just
going to be laying in bed thinking about how I could be washing a cat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be tossing and turning and be like, oh, my poor chunky boy is all sandy. So I gotta wash them. So of course I go to YouTube and consult the how to wash a cat, and it's pretty much what you would expect. Put water in a tub, try to calm the cat, never works. Put the cat in water. So I do all these things, and he knows like immediately when I get him into the bathroom, and like I'd pet him for a long time, and he's purring and everything, and then I shut the bathroom door and the purring stops like immediately because he's like
death row.
Yeah, he's like.
They should just send you to pet all the prisoners that are on death row until they lock them down.
That's a good podcast. Dave Spoon's Death Row Inmates.
That would be a good podcast. So, what are you about to die for? Would you like to talk about it?
Is it justified? Here, just lay down.
It's fine. Yeah. I'm going to pet you. Don't worry. I'm going to shut the door. Don't freak out. So I do shut the door, and then like the purring stops, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he knows. He goes to the bathtub and looks in and sees the water, and he like looks up at me over his shoulder, like, "Why, Father, please?"
Nani?
So I'm like, "It's okay. It's all right. It's okay, buddy." And I pick him up. I scoop him up, like you'd expect to see, like, I don't know, like a mother caressing her child on the Dove soapbox. And it's like I scoop him up and I'm petting him, and it's like, it's fine. And I lean towards the tub, and I feel his claws just like start to dig into my skin. And it's like, all right, that's fine. I can pet you for like 5 more minutes.
Then you spike him like a football directly into the tub.
So I pet him for like a couple more minutes. It's like, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. It's going to be fine. And then I'm like, all right, I can't. It's like 1 a.m. I got to watch this damn cat. Like, I can't be watching a cat till 3 a.m. So I grab him, and on my arm's length, and I go to put him in the water. Like his feet touch the water, and he immediately cuts the shit out of my hands with his claws. And jumps out. And at this point, I'm like, ow, I'm bleeding. And now I'm a little angry. You're definitely getting a bath. So I go over, I grab him. Not too rough, but like he knows I mean business now.
Any scruffage?
No scruffage. I didn't want to like really make him super upset. So I grab him, and I just kind of like, I just hold on to him tight, It's like, I was fighting a loaf of bread. Like as I'm just trying to like.
With knives in it.
Right, yeah, with knives in it.
Just knives sticking out of the bread.
I'm going to wrestle that. I'm going to give that a bath.
The whole time, it all goes back to my podcast with the death row inmates. I'm going to give that a bath. I get baths. They give me baths to soothe them. The whole thing, Berlioz is freaking out, and I'm like holding him tight. I'm like, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to let you go, but it's okay. So I start getting him wet, and then he starts doing these like meows that I've never heard. Like deep ones, like he's a ghost. It's like,
oh yeah, JJ was growling as well. They basically turned into dogs.
Yeah, it's like he just gave up. Like, I mean, he was just like, "This is how I'm gonna die," and like this is how he's accepting his fate.
Swing low.
So our dog starts freaking out, and now she's like whining at the bathroom door, like, "Why are you killing my brother?" It's like, it's fine, he's overreacting. And then I like, okay, so it's like I got to get the top side of him wet. So I've got this little Marvel Thor plastic cup. And I'm like, this is your demise. And I gently pour the water over him. And as soon as I do, he just pisses all in the water. And it's like, I have two options. I can either take him out, rerun the bath, which is going to freak him way the fuck out, or I could just try to keep splashing the pee spot away while I finish him up quickly. And that's what I did. So
coming from experience, I don't know if that works. I think at that point you're just bathing in pee.
Well, yeah, he was definitely bathing in pee. I feel bad for that, but at least we got the grit out. He's no longer a chompy sandy boy.
You know why he was a sandy boy?
I don't know why. No.
Because I remember Skycat would have something sort of similar, and it was always either flea dirt or a version of like feline acne.
Really? Mm-hmm. It might be. I know there's some flea dirt for sure because you do that trick where it's like it's brown, but when you put in a paper towel and put water over it and rub it, if it's pink.
I was about to say because with Sky I could just see it. Berlioz be like,
yeah, because he's just solid black. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's cat talk for me.
Well, I remember back when I was living with half of Tadpog sweethearts, Josh Nance. He had a dream about getting a cat that had one blue eye, and there was a white cat, one blue eye, and one green eye. He told us that dream, and I remember, I wonder. So I started calling around to shelters, and surely enough, in Paducah, the Paducah Animal Shelter, they had a white cat with one blue eye and one green eye. And I was like, all right, I'll take it.
He started calling up everybody. Hey, you got a nightmare cat? I'm looking for a real nightmare cat.
X-Men cat?
If a Clockwork Orange was like a cat, you got one of those?
And not the movie, the book.
Like a Droog cat. Come on. So I went, I got the cat. Oh, in his dream, the cat's name was Chaos. So
from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I brought the cat back to him, gave him for his birthday. He was very excited, named the cat Chaos. Chaos was...
lived up to his namesake.
Yeah. Chaos was a strange cat. Never seemed to be happy. Loved Josh. Didn't care that much for anyone else. It's like someone, if her purr machine, it's like someone turned it on and broke it off, but it was also malfunctioning because she just constantly made really weird noises no matter what you did. And
she was clockwork.
Yeah, there you go. And I remember Josh was giving her a bath one time. And because there was an issue where at first, like, I think the piss started early, the piss defense. But
strong opener.
Yeah, strong. Yeah, Chaos opened with a bathtub full of piss. But that quickly escalated up to her just full force chomping into the meaty part of Josh's hand. And whenever she chomps down,
get the Falcon gloves.
Yeah, he pulled back and it just ripped and just blood went everywhere, all over the bathroom, all over that white cat.
And that's when she started eating people.
Yeah,
she got a taste for human blood.
And he grabbed a towel right up his hand and finished the bath, and then just let her go
into the wild.
Be gone. It kept her for a very long time, but Chaos did not like Nicole, at all. Whenever Josh and Nicole started dating, Chaos was like, okay, here's what I think of this. Went right in the middle of Josh's bed and just took a piss. But he gave Chaos to his ex-girlfriend, who Chaos did love. So Chaos is a very happy home still with his ex-girlfriend.
I hope
these stories, cats are fucking dicks.
Yeah.
Cats are dicks. All right, are you ready for an audio meme?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I got a fresh audio meme. All right, a guy is lying on a sofa in a therapist's office, but there's a cat instead of the therapist. And the cat says, I don't know, have you tried knocking shit off the table? There you go. Audio meme, you're welcome. They're back in POG form.
I feel like if I would enjoy these a little more if they were narrated by Dave Attenborough.
Well, I'm doing the best I can.
We got half of that. We got a Dave.
We got a Dave. Goof Troop?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Dave, do you hear that?
I do hear that. It sounds like a whole bunch of anthropomorphized dogs washing cats in tubs. Which, of course, ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Goof Troop, or as it's known in Japan, Goofy to Makusu, Kozakujima no Daiboken, quote, Goofy and Max, The Adventures of Pirate Island, unquote, is an action-adventure video game developed and released by Capcom in 1993 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It was based on the television series of the same name. The game can be played in multiplayer mode, wherein one player controls Goofy and the other controls Max. And I want to go ahead and get this out there, out of the way. Goof Troop is one of the first games designed by Shinji Mikami, who directed Resident Evil in 1996. So we do have the RE connection. And that's pretty much it. Then Wikipedia gets into the gameplay, but I have a feeling that we're gonna be talking about that. So
what you're saying is this is the original Resident Evil?
Yeah, this is pretty much the original Resident Evil. It's tropical bright Resident Evil.
Can we get a mod of someone putting Goofy's character model into the Resident Evil 2 remake?
Oh God! What I really want is every time there is you encounter a dog in a Resident Evil game, I want it to be Goofy on all fours.
It just Hyucks.
That would actually probably be more frightening than that already is. Yeah, Goofy is not like. Whenever I think about like Disney characters, if they were in real life, I think Goofy is probably the most terrifying one to think about.
He fucks.
He not only does he fuck, he's a dog man that dresses like a hobo. I don't even know what you
Yucks.
What do you call that?
He fuck yucks.
A dog man who dresses like a human. You call that Chris Black. That's what you do.
Speaking of Chris Black, man, I am sandwich drunk. We're recording on a Firehouse Monday. I just came out of the firehouse, man. Oh, I saw Chris Black today. He's I should have invited him on too to lend on his Goof Troop knowledge. But yeah, Goofy does dress a little bit like Chris Black. He always wears those, I don't know, like the torn Led Zeppelin t-shirts. I don't know what that hat is that Goofy wears, that like green hat that's kind of like a chef's hat if you dyed it green.
It's a hobo hat.
Shrunk it. Yeah, is that just what you call it, a hobo hat?
It's like a 1920s era hobo hat.
So do they Goofy and Max control like tanks walking around room to room?
No tank controls. They control. This game actually kind of reminds me more of. It's like if you. Okay, so I had never played this game before. I have heard people rave about this game. Ben from Street Pizza Podcast. I know he loves this game. The Legend of Gurk on Twitch. Drex on Twitch. Like Chocto. I know like people love this game, and I had never played it. So like when I saw it come up on Retro Gaming Monthly, I was like, okay, I got to make a point to play this game. And I sent Nikki a text message at work one day, and I was like, or it was Friday, and I was like, hey, when I get home, do you want to play Goof Troop with me? And she's like, again? And I was like, no, not that Goof Troop, the video game Goof Troop.
Was that a sex thing?
I'm not allowed to talk about it. I don't want to ruin a good thing.
Just where you come on various parts of her body. Oh, I goofed.
So she obliged, and we played together and finished the game. It took about 4 hours, and it reminded me of like one part Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers for the NES and one part Link to the Past. Like, like take those two like there are elements from both of those games, take them together, smash them up. And then I feel like you've got Goof Troop because it's like it's top down, so it's like The Legend of Zelda or A Link to the Past in that regard. Like the camera's up in the sky looking down, and every screen has its own little thing where it's like it's a big level. Like a stage is big, but they're all connected through these tiny screens, kind of like in the Legend of Zelda.
Dungeon to dungeon.
Right, yeah, like in the dungeon. Room to room in the dungeon. Okay. So it's like you can walk into an area and then like be like, nope, fuck this, if there are a whole bunch of enemies, and then walk back out. And everything in there will respawn essentially.
See, I'm just keep imagining Resident Evil 2 going through the police station, but you're Goofy.
You're Goofy.
And take controls just.
You're fighting Ganondorf, but you're Goofy.
There's a diamond under this locked door. I wonder what that means. Yuck.
You almost became a Jill sandwich. Yuck. Barry Burton. All right, we've decided Goofy needs to be in every Resident Evil game as an homage to this game.
The D virus.
You don't want the D virus. Penicillin can't get rid of that.
I'm a member of STARS.
That should be Goofy's. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, but like that should be Goofy's. Like they need to bring Capcom into the mix, and Goofy is a member of STARS.
I mean, if a chunk of tofu can be, Goofy can be. Yeah. So
Goofy's ability is to just destroy any typewriter ribbon you happen to find.
I mean, I think that's where Disney needs to go after they're done with Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, please.
Do a crossover Resident Evil now.
Just a big comedic scene of him trying to put a ribbon into a typewriter and just it getting sticky and going everywhere. And he destroys a safe room. And
Goofy, no, we only have a limited supply.
He ends up tripping up Tyrant and all of the ribbon. And yeah.
All right. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. And then the Rescue Rangers element of the game, I feel like, is in Rescue Rangers, the big thing I remember about it is you pick up crates and big apples and things like that and throw them at enemies. And that's like a big part of this game. As Goofy or Max, you can pick up plants and throw them at enemies, and it'll either kill them or destroy them, depending on who throws them. Goofy is the dad.
Wait, it'll either kill them or destroy them?
I'm sorry, either kill them or stun them.
Okay.
Goofy is
like they either like fall down dead or they explode.
Right. They cease to. They never existed. Goofy erases them from existence. Goofy is big, strong dad. He's the daddy. So
makes sense.
When he throws a plant at a pirate, the pirate dies or flashes and disappears. It makes him invisible. He turns him invisible. And when Max does it, Max is the boy. So he only stuns him.
Okay, so Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong is an excellent parallel. And Max is faster. So again, back to Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. Goofy's a little bit slower than Max.
Okay.
So when I played single player because you played with your wife. So I only played as Goofy. I didn't know there were differences in strength and speed between the two of them.
Yeah, it's and we talked briefly about this off mic, but like I cannot imagine playing this game single player. Like it feels to me like this game was very much made for co-op. Like we had fun playing it co-op, and then like when we all started talking about we should do a podcast on this because we need to do a podcast, I was like, well, let me try a little bit of single player, and I noped out of the first 10 minutes because I was like, holy shit, this game is hard now.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same levels, and they're all the same number of enemies and everything. But it's like when there's two people, you can gang up on enemies.
You can Eiffel Tower a pirate.
Yeah, exactly. Which, trust me, sometimes you don't want to do that.
A number of times we've done that, Dave.
Yeah. They call it a peg leg for a reason. There is a story to this game, which I will be honest with you, I did not follow one bit. It has something to do with, okay, in Goof Troop of the show, this is where you guys need to help me. Pete was Goofy's neighbor.
Yep.
Is that right? Pete the cat.
Yep.
And Pete's son, Pete Jr.?
PJ.
PJ. Okay. All right. So in the game, they're all on
PJ and Max are best friends.
PJ and Max are best friends. Okay. Pete and Goofy don't get along so much. Is that the thing?
Goofy likes Pete.
Yeah, but Pete is annoyed by Goofy.
Okay,
Pete
I got
got
you.
Pete.
Yeah. All right. You guys remember that episode of Goof Troop where Pete went to the doctor and peed all over the place?
I don't like the looks of that dog. Come on, Goof. Let's piss all in the vet tech's office.
All right. Now I want a Resident Evil where you can play as Goofy or Pete. So anyway, they're all on this tropical island.
Well, Pete's Wesker, so.
Oh, Pete is totally Wesker.
Who's the villain? Dr. X?
Oh, I know. Who is Dr. X?
I mean, my Resident Evil foo is pretty weak.
Yeah, mine is too. I got through like...
I know Wesker is a big bad throughout the whole series. He disappears for a few days.
He is.
I did Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and then when I got through 3, I was like, you know what? When it's not in like a big building, I don't like this game as much. So 3 kind of lost me a little bit because it was just a big city, and it's like I get it. It's still the same thing. The city is essentially a big building, a huge building. But I don't know. After that, I kind of fell off.
Well, it's like I'm not crazy about shooters, but I like Pocky and Rocky too. It's just a shooter dressed up a little bit differently, so it makes a difference.
Also on Choctow's list of favorite SNES games.
Such an underrated series.
Now I don't think we've done Pocky and Rocky 1.
Nope,
we've only done 2 because that one was on IGN's list. So Choctow, if you'll come back on for Pocky and Rocky whenever the randomizer spits it at us, that would be cool.
You got it. It was Mr. X, not Dr. X, and it looks like he is. I don't know what he is, but it's.
Well, Mr. X is from Arrested Development.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Also from Streets of Rage, which I've been playing recently. He's the last boss, Mr. X. The Resident Evil crossovers just continue to happen.
Not to be mistaken with Death X, villain of Final Fantasy V.
Or Professor X, finder of all mutants.
Tyrant, he's a mutated T-103, Mr. X, from Resident Evil.
Which game? Do you know which game he's in, or is it just...
I think he's from 1 and 2.
Oh, shit.
But I'm with Tyler. My knowledge of Resident Evil is very fuzzy.
I got to replay. I have to replay 1 for sure. And I thought about picking up the remake.
Yeah, I'm down to do the remake.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they just put 0, 1, and 4 on the Switch as a compilation.
All right, that's appetizing.
Okay. Because I've always wanted to play 4, but like I had it for the Wii, and man, it fucking sucks for the Wii. Like I have no interest in trying to do motion controls with the fuck that.
Yeah, pretty much anything with motion controls, especially like the phrases motion controls and Resident Evil. I feel like those never the twain shall be. So, Choctow, do you have a history?
That Venn diagram is just 2 different circles.
It's the infinity sign.
They don't touch.
Choctow, do you have like a history with Goof Troop, the game?
Yes. So it's one of the games that I never owned, but I would always rent from my local video store. And I used to go to like a mom and pop video store, which was ironically right next to a Blockbuster that opened up, and they were trying to run them out of business. But the selection at my mom and pop's was always better. You know, they always had games in stock. So I used to rent Goof Troop from there all the time. And like I said to you on Twitch the other day, I was playing it for the first time in what had to be 25 years. So I remembered in my head what the game looked like and how it played, but knowledge of levels and what to do was very, very fuzzy because I was young. But I always had fond memories of playing it. I think I used to play it with either my dad or someone else, maybe a friend or another family member, because I remember playing 2-player and one of us controlling Goofy and one controlling Max. But that's it. I rediscovered it for the first time yesterday when I started playing it again, and the game holds up. I think I don't think it's aged that poorly. So the controls are pretty tight. It looks nice. The music is good. It's decently challenging, and I think the challenge scales very well. You know, like the first couple levels are easy, and then once you start getting to the 3rd and 4th level, then like shit gets a little more difficult.
Yeah, and I think you can scale the difficulty also with whether you're playing single player or co-op, because like I was amazed by how much more difficult it was playing this game single player, because in single player you're either just Goofy, they let you choose if you want to play as Goofy or Max, which I guess is cool because it's like I said, Max is faster so he can escape enemies, and also like I can see like Choctow, you having not played this game in 25 years, like I played this game 3 days ago, and like if you sat me in front of like one of the puzzles and be like, solve this, I would have to like take a minute, because the game is full of sliding puzzles too. So it's not only
it's
like
Lufia 2 style, go into a room, solve a puzzle.
See, I haven't played Lufia 2. It reminded me a little bit of the Adventures of Lolo, where they have like these sliding block where you kick blocks to like you got to get blocks into block holes essentially, and you have to kick them in certain orders. What's that?
I said divots, if we may. Block divots.
Little block divots. And a lot of times they switch it up and they do things where it's like you have to kick blocks in a certain order in order to get those divots filled in. And it's like, so a lot of times this game is perfect for Nikki and I because like she does not do well with like the action adventure type. Like, you know, when someone needs to throw a plant at a pirate, that's my job. But when someone needs to figure out the order to kick blocks into block divots, that's her job. And it's like, that's all you. I'm not even going to pay attention. Just let me know when there's a boss to fight. And
when there's something to kill, you let me know.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm her brawn.
When you need me to throw a plant at a pirate, I'm here.
Yeah, right.
Your Nikki's marriage is pretty similar to Tyrion and Bronn.
Yeah, she's Tyrion and I'm Bronn. When it comes to the Goof Troop, for sure. That's what people say. Like at her wedding, they were like, the Tyrion and Bronn of Goof Troop. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the first time the Tyrion and Bronn of Goof Troop. Everybody applauded.
I do like how this game is equal parts puzzle and equal parts action.
Yeah, and it really is equal parts. Like, I mean, like even the bosses are puzzly. The first boss that you fight is set up it's like whack-a-mole. But
Whack-a-pirate.
Whack-a-pirate, yeah. Pirates come out and they throw bombs, they throw like spikies at you, and they throw crates at you. And you kind of have to figure out, okay, don't grab the spikies, but I can catch the bombs and the crates that they throw and throw them back at them. That boss, does anybody know the name of that boss by any chance?
Crate pirate.
I went with Whack-a-pirate.
Jester Hole. Jester Hole. It's a real thing.
Lester Holt's cousin, Jester Hole.
Jester Hole. They do. I love it when games do this. When you finish the game, they list all the enemies, like Super Mario Brothers 2 style, where it's like, okay, this is the name of this.
Credits.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when the credits are rolling, and it's like they start doing the bosses, and the first one, Jester Hole, and it's like, holy shit! Like, how did Disney like look at that and be like, it's fine. Let me sign. I'll forge Walt's name on the signature.
You put pirates in crates and holes. Nothing
Jester Hole. It's fine.
So there we go. It's fine.
Jester Hole is like the medieval glory hole.
Here, put on this hat.
The king.
Sit on the other side of this hole.
But there are other bosses in the game that I think are very puzzly. Like the first boss that I had a problem with was Red and Blue Skeleton, which very. I don't know. It's a little on the nose compared to Jester Hole, but Red and Blue Skeleton they're two skeletons that you fight simultaneously, and they throw bones at you like they're shuriken, and they'll also remove their heads and throw them at you too. And it's like, it's kind of this thing where it's like you got to figure out where, and we didn't figure it out the first time, but when they throw their heads, you got to pick up the bones that they throw and hit them in the heads that they throw. So like, it's kind of cool that it's like, yeah, they've got boss fights, but the boss fights also tie into those puzzle elements. So it's really neat. Nikki, being the Tyrion that she is, would immediately die at the start of a boss fight, and then I would have to be her champion, and
then have a scar on her face.
Right? Yes, and I have to beat the skeletons myself through the help of Twitch chat.
I mean, it sounds pretty good. I'd probably have to check it out after the fact.
Yeah, I would recommend it. Totally. Like, if you have like an evening that you like even want to play like a game with Kenna, and it's like you got like, I don't know, you don't even have to finish the game, but like you could spend some time with it. And I feel like it's one of those where it's like, I would have liked this a lot as a kid. I probably would have played it a lot. And it's a pretty short experience because, like I said earlier, you're on an island and the story is very minimal. Like, essentially, Pete gets... Like, the Islanders confuse Pete with Keelhaul Pete, a pirate, and who I guess was eaten by a whale or something. The story is it's pretty
something along those lines.
Yeah, it's
they
pretty.
They think he is the pirate king, so they bring him on board.
Okay, so they think Pete is. So at the very end of the game, you fight Keelhaul Pete. Is that the true? That is the true pirate, right? Because like he's got like Pete and PJ all tied up, and in a BDSM style fashion. They're like about to feed him to some sharks.
Would this Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to talk about. I think there was a boss in between those two, which was the. I think it was a bear that was throwing torches.
Yeah,
breathing fire.
Firebug.
Firebug
Is that his
bear.
name?
Yeah, his name is Firebug, and he's essentially Karnov. he breathes a long jet of flame, and yeah,
It looked like he was throwing cotton candy.
Yeah, a little bit. He's he's also a carny. When he's not a firebug, he works
In a past life, he was a carny.
Yeah, he worked the game where you throw the ping pong balls into the little bowls full of goldfish.
Step right up, win a fish,
Guaranteed to die in a week.
Except for Choco Chicas, those lived a long fucking time.
Yeah.
A long time.
They got the primo. That carnival bought the primo fish. Was it a county fair or was it like a school thing?
It was county. It was Tater Day.
Wow. Oh, Tater. Well, Tater Day is a big deal. So, so
only the finest fish come to Tater Day.
Fish, right.
So what's Tater Day from someone who doesn't live in Kentucky?
Oh boy,
That's a loaded question, my friend. Tater Day was originally a way for poor traders to come and, because sugar was so expensive, trade sweet potatoes. That's where it started. Okay. It has, over the course of 100 years, devolved into...
I like how you just said devolved.
Oh yeah.
Devolved into carnies and fair folk setting up shitty, like, knockoff gear stands all over Benton, and everybody bringing their trucks, putting up rebel flags, and blasting Eminem, just driving around while horses shit openly in the streets.
So is it like redneck 4th of July?
God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. If you like Confederate flags and horns that go ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you're gonna love Tater Day.
Snap pops, funnel cakes, horse shit. Horrible racist, blaring Eminem, looking to get in fights with each other. Tater Day, man.
It's Tater Day.
Come on. Get you a Tommy shirt, Tommy Hilfiger shirt, Tommy spelled Tommi. Come on.
That reminds me of when I was in high school and joined the band because they were going on a trip to Hawaii, and my biggest thing was like, when I get to Hawaii, I am gonna buy some fake Oakleys.
Yeah. I had some fake Oakleys.
Yeah, count on it. Fake Oakleys for life, baby.
They got it. Somebody ate them.
Somebody ate mine as well.
Yep, makes sense. They're very delicious.
So, Tyler, what you're saying is people have forgotten the real meaning of Tater Day.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
some kind
Exactly. You couldn't find a sweet
Christmas-esque
potato.
movie to remind everyone the true meaning.
The true meaning of Tater Day.
We
Oh,
we
man.
need to make a Tater Day
Tater
movie.
Claus needs to.
But it's Tater Claus on Tater Day. He's just Klaus Tater every other day of the year.
Well, see, because Marshall County, where the home of Tater Day, would go to school on Martin Luther King Day and then take off Tater Day.
No.
Yeah. Eventually, they got busted for that and had to switch that up a little bit.
So did they not get Tater Day off anymore?
I don't think so.
Bummer.
Tater Day was taken away.
Well, it's more like Tater Weekend now. It runs like Friday through Monday.
I'm all for kids having as many days off from school as they possibly can until my son starts going to school, in which case, keep him in there.
Yep. And I hate it. Like, whenever I was going to Sullivan, like 2 years running, like I happened to come home right in the big mix of Tater Day. Like, it was just fucking pissed me off so much because, man, you try to go through Benton on Tater Day, it's a 2-hour event because it's just, streets are clogged with horses and horse shit. And
Yeah.
I mean, and they're classic car paraders. It's like 95 Camrys and shit like that, you know? So
I should take the Celica out.
Spinners on
you
them.
could, absolutely. Oh, genuine broken handles. Yes.
Oh, man. This one's got Twankies.
Like, I still cannot look or smell a funnel cake without thinking about horse shit. They're so like
They're
married
locked
in
in
my
your
mind
mind?
forever.
Listen, if I could be honest, funnel cakes are a bottom tier dessert food.
Come on now.
They
Come
are
on.
bottom tier dessert food.
Why do you think they love them so much
I
at
will
Tater
fight to
Day?
the death on that.
Come on, man. They're all right.
Although we did have some
Don't get me wrong, I would totally eat one, but
we did
if
have
I
some
had
Tater Day
options-
shirts to give away last year, I think.
We did have Tater Day
Yeah.
shirts that we gave away. Yeah. So wait, what's the difference between a funnel cake and a beignet? Just a fancy name, or
it's more of a donut.
beignet's more of a donut? Okay.
or like a donut hole. A funnel cake is flat, just
Funnel
fried.
cake.
Just batter fried like spaghetti with powdered sugar on
It's
top.
like a giant waffle fry, right? That kind of tastes like a donut.
A thick waffle fry.
Yeah.
Thick boy waffle fry.
All right, little chonker. All right. There are no waffle fries in Goof Troop, unfortunately.
Way to bring it back.
Thanks. I've been working on my segues. I was thinking about that one on the drive over. I was like, okay, make sure to segue from waffle fries to Goof Troop.
And what still stands up really well, a Goofy movie.
I have seen
good.
a little bit of a Goofy movie. And there's a very Goofy movie as well.
I've never seen
Extremely Goofy
seen
movie.
that.
Oh, it's extremely Goofy movie.
I've only seen the OG.
I watched the hell out of that movie when I was a kid. So I didn't. It wasn't a phase, but I used to skateboard, and I went through maybe it was a phase. I went through a skater phase, and that movie there were a lot of parallels because Max wanted to be a skater, and it was kind of like an X Games kind of thing, and I loved it. I think I was 10 or 11 when it came out.
He had his Pauly Shore best friend.
So, funny enough, I saw Pauly Shore do stand-up in September, and
how was that?
Dude was fucking... First of all, he was hilarious. Second of all, he was wasted on stage. They had to dim the lights.
Awesome.
They had to dim the lights so much so you couldn't... you could easily tell.
We don't want anyone to tell that Pauly Shore is actually undead. Turn the lights down.
They started dimming the lights on Pauly Shore, did a 20-minute thing on eating ass.
The most surprising thing is that he's still alive.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser actually murdered him, and then Sean Astin brought him back. So
In the pet cemetery. Man, I'd watch that.
He had to collect the Dragon Balls. Shenron comes out. Oh, great, Shenron. Bring back Pauly Shore.
I'd watch that, too.
I'd watch Sean Astin dressed like Kid Goku flying around on a cloud.
Showing his balls randomly. Patting women's crotches.
Who's Bulma in that scenario? Winona Ryder?
Sure.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking Stranger Things. The last thing I saw Sean Astin
I got you.
Because it has to be current day Sean Astin, not like Rudy Sean Astin.
No,
He
or
still
Goonies.
looks the same, though.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
He's like a vampire. He doesn't age.
Well, he did bring Pauly Shore back to life, so
That's
that
true.
does track.
Who knows how many wishes he actually got.
Did you guys know that Sean Astin has a monkey's paw?
And it only affects Pauly Shore's career. Pauly Shore and Brendan Fraser. It's the Encino paw. And whatever he made.
After they dimmed the lights at the Pauly Shore show, they had to get the Falcon gloves out.
We're going to put Pauly Shore back in his cage.
He was hilarious, though.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Because what was it? 'Cause I watched a Goofy movie with the kids like probably last year, and that because it's all about getting to a concert, a Powerline concert, and the
I've
songs
seen that
by
gif.
Powerline is actually it's pretty good. Powerline.
I'm familiar with the GIF. I kind of aged out of Goof Troop a little bit. My Disney afternoon to me was DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Tailspin. That was the block. So
Flash forward.
I don't even
flash forward.
I don't even know what flash forward is. What is that?
It was like a live action comedy drama on Disney with
Live action? No, I'd have been right the fuck out.
actual human beings.
Yeah, I'd have been like, what is this horse shit?
Jewel State though, man. That's why I was in. That's why I was all about it.
Give me anthropomorphized dogs, ducks, mice, chipmunks, whatever. Get this
Flies.
human shit. Bears. I can't look at actual
Cats.
people. I look at actual people all day.
Give me a mouse
figured-
that I'd fuck.
In a big ridge.
I figured we would get to this territory. I was more of a Nickelodeon kid as a kid.
Yes.
I did watch Disney, but
What were
if
your
I had the option, I was going to Nickelodeon.
What were your jams on Nickelodeon? Because you're younger than me, I believe. So you could probably name a bunch of shows that I've never heard of.
I'm 31.
Oh boy, yeah.
But
You're not
I
Ian,
started-
Dave. It's all right.
I feel like it.
I started watching Nickelodeon when the first Nicktoons came out, which were Doug, Rugrats, and
Rocco.
Ren and Stimpy.
All right, yeah. I'm in on that.
Ren and Stimpy out of the three was my least favorite, and I'm probably a minority on that.
I'm with you. I was also not crazy about Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was my favorite.
It grossed me out as a kid.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy was my absolute favorite.
It was too gross, and everything was like shock value.
Yeah,
I liked the adventures that the Rugrats would go on, and I think I liked the simplicity of Doug because it was just about a kid, growing up, and it was a coming of age show.
Ren and Stimpy was like the show that my dad and I would love to watch together, and Doug was the show that my mom liked when I watched. Like that's like, and Rugrats is somewhere in the middle.
I'm sure Doug is probably engineered for people to identify with him, but I very strongly identified with Doug.
With Ren.
with Ren. I thought everybody was just idiots around me, and I could not stand it.
I think a lot of people identified with Doug. Yeah, you're definitely right. Like that character was written for like, all right, what are insecure kids feeling?
Like Bella Swan in the Twilight series was meant to be written as blandly as possible so every woman could identify with her.
Personally, I liked Rocko's Modern Life because I feel like that was the toned down, better writing Ren and Stimpy.
I'm all about Rocko's Modern Life. Yeah,
God, man.
Rocko's
So
Modern
good.
Life was a good show.
You do know that Netflix is dropping a new Rocko in this summer.
I've heard it. I've heard that, but I didn't know that it was coming out so fucking soon. That's real fast.
Well, they made it. I guess they didn't have anywhere to put it because I don't know what Nick doesn't have their own streaming service, or maybe they do, but. They've been working on it, and it's supposed to, because the last episode of Rocko's Modern Life is they go up to space, and this takes place. They come back down, and it's modern day, so everyone has, the equivalent of the iPhone, which is the O phone, and it looks pretty clever. There's like a whole play on like Starbucks being there, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it.
They went up in space, so Rocko's Modern Life picks up where Family Matters left off.
Exactly.
There is a Rocko's Modern Life Super Nintendo game. So the randomizer will one day.
I remember playing that. I rented it as a kid.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Plays a lot like Eek the Cat, which we've covered before.
Yep.
So
Which we covered and no one listened to.
It's true.
Which was not as good as Goof Troop.
Yeah, there's a segue.
Nice.
I like that. What more do we have to say about Goof Troop?
Should this game, should Goof Troop, be on IGN's top 100 SNES games?
Yes. I say yes.
Okay.
100%.
I think it 100% should be on IGN's top 100 SNES games. I don't know why it isn't. Like this game, like
It's not.
No, it's not. And it's like I know a lot of people like The Lion King, but like Goof Troop, as far as like Capcom Disney games go, Goof Troop is a superior game than The Lion King.
So that's what you would knock off and put Goof Troop in its place.
Yeah. I mean, look, if I have to choose another Disney property to knock off, I get rid of The Lion
Disney
King.
makes you put, even though you don't have a contract, Disney makes you put in one of them. So you still have to put in one.
Well, there's also Aladdin. Aladdin was on there too. There are a lot
Aladdin was good though. I hated The Lion King.
Yeah, I know you really dislike The Lion King. But yeah, I'd totally like be okay if The Lion King was not on the top 100 Super Nintendo games and Goof Troop was. Like I feel like that is equivalent trade. That's law of equivalent trade
there you
there.
go.
So, but actually it's not because Goof Troop is better.
Okay. All right.
So when we draw our pentagram on the ground and lay down Goof Troop for sacrifice, we'll bring her mom back.
All right. Or because Lion King, Goof Troop aren't equal, Homunculus comes back.
Or
It's all fucked up
Scar
in the
comes back. We
yeah.
try to bring back Mufasa, but we get Scar instead.
If you mess up, you get Pauly Shore. Come back.
We're not prepared for that. I can't deal with the Pauly Shore right now. I don't have the equipment.
Speaking of equipment, we should probably talk about some of the items and collectibles in this game.
Please, yeah. There are tons of them, right? There's like there's fruit.
Because you have I was scrolling through the book, and you have the banana, which gives 2 hearts. You have the cherry, which gives you 1 heart. So that's essentially how you get your life.
Yeah, if you collect 6 hearts, you get an extra life. So they kind of work like coins do in like Super Mario Brothers. If in a lot of cases, if an enemy hits you, you are dead. You lose a life, and if you lose all of your lives, you have to start that stage over again.
You can collect full extra lives. I think diamonds are, or the red diamonds, one of them is extra lives, and I think one is a continue.
Yes. Yeah, I think the red ones are extra lives, and I think that the blue-green ones, I think those are continues, which those are invaluable. Unless you're playing co-op, because like this is where I feel like the game gets really easy. When you're playing co-op, there is a trick that like is barely even a trick. Like Nikki and I figured it out immediately. If one player loses all of their lives, they can come back by pressing start as long as it's done on a different screen than they died on. So what we would do is like one of us would be really low on lives and it'd be like, all right, let's go to the next screen. I'll die. You transition back and I'll press start and I'll be back with full lives again.
Oh, nice.
So there were several times where it's like, if we knew we were going into a difficult area, it's like, okay, all right, suicide pact. I go first. Then you go.
As any good
That's what
marriage
Goku did. When Goku died multiple times and he had to find a way back, he's like, all right, let's just go to the next screen. Summon Shenron.
It's fact.
I'll go to Snake Way, come back. You guys, yeah, it's fine. It'll work.
So that is really like another way that like co-op makes this game much easier than single player, because you can't do that in single player. So not only in co-op are you two working towards the same goal on each screen, but you can essentially just resurrect each other at will.
See, I was playing single player, so I didn't have that luxury. I made it to, I think, the 3rd level, and then I died. I said, fuck this, and I watched the long play.
The 3rd level is the Haunted Mansion, right?
Yes.
Because like the Haunted Mansion was like one of my favorite levels, because one of my biggest complaints about this game is that I feel like the stages start to feel very samey because it's all around this pirate theme, so everything's very tropical. Like honestly, I think when I was scrubbing through the gameplay that Nikki and I did, there were times where I was like, which stage is this? Like I couldn't tell them apart. Like stage 1 and stage 2 I feel like are so similar. But then stage 3, you're in this like haunted pirate mansion, and it's like, oh right, this is nice. There's a different tile set, and it's like got a different kind of theme to it. And then you pretty much go back to the tropical island after that.
And the puzzles in each level, they get a little more clever as you go on, because I think, like you were saying, 1 and 2 are so similar. Even the puzzles are so similar, but once you get into the Haunted Mansion, things are a little bit different, and it's refreshing. It's a refreshing change.
Yeah, totally. And they do start to introduce, as you continue playing, like when you get to different stages, they start introducing different items to you. And this is, again, where it feels like a Legend of Zelda game, because you have several items that you need to progress through certain stages. Like there's a hook shot. You got to use the hook shot to make tight ropes that Max and Goofy can walk across to get to different areas. There's a shovel.
Yuck shot.
Yeah, a yuck shot. Nice.
A yuck shot.
If you don't have any achievements.
You can also pull items with it.
There's
Wait a
also...
second.
What's that, Chocto?
Why, when Goofy uses the hook shot, does he have to squat down like he's about to shit on the floor like an actual dog?
It's in his DNA. He can't help it.
But who decided that was a good animation? That he squats down like he has to shit like an actual dog to use the hook shot.
There's another beautiful thing. Like when Goofy is walking, like when you have him walking north and he turns away from the camera, his ears flap back behind his head, like in a manner that it looks like he has a rat tail. And that brought me so much joy to like point out to Nikki, Goofy has a rat tail. And that really got under her skin.
There were just a couple things I noticed, because then you have the shovel, which is another item.
Yeah.
Where you can dig up fruits and such, but you cannot use the shovel if you're facing left or if you're facing north or south.
I know, and that really fucking sucks.
Did they run out of money to animate that? Because you can only use the shovel if you're facing left or right.
Capcom, we need more money to finish this Goof Troop game. We can't shovel north or south. Ship it.
We're already over budget. Ship it.
Do you want to work on Resident Evil or not? I guess that's pretty much it for the big items that you use to progress, right? I mean, you got the hook shot.
The bell.
The bell, yeah.
Which is, I think, is only good for calling enemies over. You can kind of lure them to their death.
Yeah, or onto pressure plates to open doors for you and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then I think Oh, sorry, good.
It essentially works like Provoke and like any kind of MMO.
Yeah.
You mean like Ultima Online?
Like Ultima Online or
I'm going to one day coerce both of you to do another UO episode.
Look, I am afraid I'm out of UO stories, but I know you played it a shitload, and I have a feeling maybe your stories might remind me of some other shitlording that I did.
15 years of gameplay and experience. Anyway, you have the bridge piece, the keys, and the candle are the last three.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I forgot about those.
The bridge piece used to jump over gaps, or if there's an unfinished bridge you can cross. The keys open doors. Then you have the candle, which was the most infuriating item to me, because you can only see in a dark room a small circle around Goofy, and you have to navigate your way while holding the candle.
Yeah.
And it's like an underwater level. It's restrictive, and I was not a fan of it.
Those are all the items are the parts that really reminded me of The Legend of Zelda, because it's like that bridge piece is essentially the ladder. I mean, I guess the bell, I don't know if there's anything like the bell, but I mean, like, you've got the hook shot, and then you've got the different keys, of course. You never get like a bow and arrow, but you don't really need it because you can pick up plants and crates and stuff like that and throw them at enemies. But yeah, it's really cool. I felt like it was a cool blending of The Legend of Zelda. It's like, it's one of those, I honestly wish that there was more to the game, because there are 5 stages in the game, and that is it.
The stages do feel pretty lengthy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 5, but a casual playthrough could take, I want to say, maybe as long as an hour and a half to 2 hours. So it's not a very long game. The levels are decently lengthy.
I feel like it's a perfect rental game.
Which is why I used to rent it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And I feel like there is, when you finish a stage, they show you your time. So there is an incentive to be like, well, let me see how fast I can finish this game. Which I think the world record is 17 minutes. But I haven't watched any of the speedruns, but I don't ever want to attempt it, because that's just memorizing a bunch of puzzles.
Yeah. And when you finish the entire game, it gives you your time. So
yeah, that's right. So, I mean, I kind of feel like maybe it feels like it was maybe a little bit tacked on to be like, we need to give this game some sort of replayability. But I mean,
it faster.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But I feel like the replayability in it is really in the multiplayer, because it's like, I would play through this game again with somebody who hasn't played it before. And I feel like that we could have a fun time doing it. Like, this would be a fun one. Like, I know on the Switch, they're only doing NES games so far. And I know it would be like impossible for them to like ever publish Goof Troop, because it's Disney and Capcom, and like there's too many licensing things, too much red tape to cut through. But this would be a fun one to play with somebody online, I feel like, especially if it was like drop in, drop out kind of deal.
You can actually, if you're using an emulator, if I'm allowed to, maybe bleep that word out.
What is an emulator? I don't follow.
You can find it on the dark web.
Okay, I've been there. That's where I find all my Goofy art.
But you can play net play with a friend. I mean, I would imagine it's a little cumbersome to set up, but it's doable.
All right. Okay. Well, maybe I'm on board for that.
If you ever needed to scratch your net play Goof Troop itch.
Man, it's weird. I just got a tattoo that says I got a net play Goof Troop itch.
I've got one goofy itch.
That's the name of my jazz album.
Well, I've got some questions for you guys.
You have questions?
Yeah.
What are the questions?
Well, since I didn't play this game at all, I feel like we need to flip the script a little bit.
Do you have a quiz?
No, I don't have a quiz.
Oh, okay.
So,
because I was about to say, if you have a quiz, I might have the answers, because I have a very loose basis of a quiz.
Oh, awesome. Let's do that first then.
I was just curious I was curious how many of Goofy's aliases you could name.
The King of Magic?
I'm sorry, that's not on the list.
I didn't know he had aliases.
Give us a little taste. Get me on the right track.
Okay, all right. Goofy's original name, Dippy Dog. D-A-W-G. Dippy Dog.
Ooh.
I believe
Dippy
that's how you
Dog.
pronounce it.
Man.
Dippy Dog. And then in the 1950s, he went by one of these two names.
I don't have a clue.
Tyler, what'd you think?
Dippy Dog.
Skippy Dog?
Oh,
And then in the 50s, he went as
Beatnik Dog.
Maynard P. Cribb's dog.
Beatnik the Communist Dog.
Hobo Joe Dog?
Oh, Hobo Joe. That's pretty good.
I don't. I have no clue. I can't even know where to guess. Where to go with that?
I don't know how to pronounce this.
Perfect.
This is Goofy's.
This is his true
This
name.
is his true name. Yeah. If you ever want to summon Goofy and bind him into a soul contract, you call him George Jeef? Geef. George Jeef?
Geef.
What?
Or alternatively, you could call him GG Jeef. That was the name that it was used for all those like how-to videos that he was in. Like, have you guys seen the like Goofy driving video?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a long time ago.
I remember when I got pulled over and I was in high school, I got pulled over for speeding. And you have that option where it's like you can either way you got to pay the ticket, but you can have the strike removed from your record if you go to driving school for a day.
Yeah.
And I remember going to driving school and they showed us this video. This is how Kentucky works.
Yep.
And it's just a video of Goofy essentially killing himself over and over in an
I was
automobile.
saying, does he get a DUI?
Yeah. You know what? I don't remember if he does or not. It didn't stick.
I'm always drunk.
Hyuck?
Call me Keith.
I don't even know my name.
You hear that, kids? Go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, look in the mirror, and say GG Geef 3 times if you want to summon Goofy.
That's what I call it when I murder a hobo and come inside her skull. Gotta get my Geef on.
All right, kids, go into a room, turn off the lights, say GGG 3 times if you never want to have sex.
Put on a football helmet.
There was another one. Yeah, GGG. If I remember, there was a football episode in there as well. Do you guys know what Goofy's official name, his canonical name was in Goof Troop?
Like his first name?
His full name.
Robert.
All right, we got a Robert.
Robert Goof.
I'm sorry, it was Bob.
Bob
Gedward
Goof.
Dogworth.
It was GG Goofy in quotes Goof. GG Goofy Goof. Sounds like a play on DJ Jazzy Jeff, but whatever.
I think I knew that his last name was Goof.
It is,
Because
yeah.
They refer to him as Mr. Goof sometimes.
Mr. Goof. And then I've got one more, and this is from the 2000s era comics. Any idea?
Nope.
Goofus D Dog. So they're going back to the dog. They're like
It's medieval.
Dippy Dog. Goofus Dippy Dog.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
So I want to give a shout out to Doc on Twitch chat for
Nice.
cluing me in that Goofy had like 6 aliases.
He's been running from the law for a long time.
It's so
he
the
had to keep-
feds can't find me. Yuck.
Yeah, you murder enough prostitutes, you got to switch your name up.
Time to ride the rails.
But once he had Max, he just settled down. Who did Goofy fuck?
No one knows.
He has fucked.
He's like the only one who canonically has a child.
Is
But
it-
Yeah, it's never been revealed who Goofy fucks.
Is it because it's difficult to talk about? Like it was Minnie or like
Pete?
I've heard that joke where Minnie's fucking Goofy. So that's probably where they got the idea for Goof Troop.
You're probably right.
They were sitting in the writer's room and they're like, what if Minnie did fuck Goofy? And then they distilled it over and over the years and they're like, oh, well, he has a kid
And
named
then they
Max.
released 2 movies and a game.
Right?
Kind of like the scene like when Max is first born, like how they clip some dog's ears. Well, Max's ears were round like a mouse, and they had to like shape them into dog's ears so no one would know.
Is that like a dog?
Mickey's like Robert Baratheon. He'd kill every bastard in the city.
You made it sound like a dog circumcision or something, where it's like the dogs
much.
come out, they clip their ears.
Yep.
I like that's the symbolism. That's the metaphor in Goof Troop.
But I do want to mention, like, anytime I think about Goof Troop, the show, I always think about, because it's a rare multi-parter episode were my favorite episode, and it was, I guess it was to teach you a lesson / educate you about the diamond industry.
What?
In that everyone in this town, they all collected baseball cards. It was a big baseball town, but the most popular card that was always a shitty card that was given out in every baseball pack, so everybody had one, was like this player named Lefty something. And everybody had a lefty. So these mafia guys came in and bought up every single lefty card, like from everywhere. So that lefty suddenly became incredibly scarce.
Was it like Lefty Southpaw or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. And they would then they tried to like leak them back into the population at a way fucking inflated price because no one had a lefty. He was rare now because no one had
right.
one.
They bought all the Wiis.
Yep, exactly. But no, I fucking love that. I love Goof Troop. So fucking good.
What about Gooby?
Gooby, yeah. Gooby's also
You like some Gooby?
Like Gooby.
Gooby and Dolan. All right, so I mentioned this on the TADPOG Discord a few days ago, but I want your opinions on this. Who would win in a fight, Goofy or Donald?
Donald's
a mage, canonically.
Donald's nuts. Like you've seen, Donald has murdered Goofy before in the comics. So.
With that, I saw that.
Drown him for like hitting him in the head accidentally or hitting him with a fish.
All right. So, okay, if we all agree, Donald then.
Yeah,
but I feel like Goofy's like the cheerleader in Heroes. You just can't kill Goofy. He's impossible to kill.
Save Goofy, save the world.
Right? So what questions did you have, Tyler? Were they about blood diamonds?
Almost. No, I was going to say, hey, Dave.
Yes, Tyler.
Got a few questions for you and Chocto. You guys can work together.
All right, okay.
If you were to give this game, say, a beard.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
What kind of a beard would you give it?
I do have a beard, so I can take the...
What you got?
Oh, this is catching me off guard. I would give it the beard of... Does Pete have a beard?
Keelhaul Pete does.
I mean, he's covered in fur, so technically he has a beard.
Yeah, he's a big beardo.
Big beardo.
I would give it the beard of Keelhaul Pete because he loses his way and they find him again, which is how I forgot about this game for so long. And then I came back and realized how much I loved it. I feel like I just answered a question on a test that I half-assed and knew.
You nailed it, though. You fucking nailed it. Like, I'm over here like, goddamn, I got to follow that. I also have to come up with a metaphor for my answer. Shit.
Well, if you guys were to give this a pair of glasses to symbolize how you feel about the game, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I'd give it a Snarfblatt.
Perfect.
Which, as we all remember from the Disney movie, it's a Disney tie-in, The Little Mermaid is the telescope.
Oh, okay.
And I would call it the Snarfblatt because this game takes place on a tropical island. And if I were to choose a desert island game, it would be Goof Troop.
Perfect.
See, I did a metaphor thing
Goof
too.
Goof Troop and Might and Magic 3.
Yeah, but I lied. It wouldn't be Goof Troop because I'd be like, fuck, I finished this game in 4 hours. Now what?
I just got the whole rest of my life.
Just me, Goofy, and Max. The Keelhaul Pete.
Guess I got to learn how to speed run it now.
Oh, God. I wonder how long that takes.
Oof. Gotta beat it in 17 minutes.
17 minutes. Let's issue a challenge. Let's all meet back here in 1 year and give our times for Goof Troop.
Done.
Put it on my calendar.
All right.
Hey, Siri. Well, since we're doing everything backwards anyway, you guys have any achievements?
I do. And I didn't even have Twitch's help this time, which was made me realize how much I rely on Twitch for achievements. It's been a long time since I had to do it myself. Here's my first achievement. I'm sure you guys remember a sweet little jam called Half Baked. First achievement, ride near the beach, boy. In order to unlock ride near the beach, boy, you need to talk to any of the islanders that you encounter. They're wearing straw hats, and they basically just babble about how Pete was swallowed by a whale. Mon. They end every sentence with mon. So,
I think it's the same person that can clone himself.
Oh my God, I like this fiction a whole lot. Does the Islander appear ever in Goof Troop? Like, is he like Does he appear like outside of Goof Troop, like as a Darkwing Duck villain or something?
I don't know.
Like the smoke monster. He's an avatar of the island. He's like,
I want a ROM hack. I want a ROM hack mashup of Goof Troop and Lost.
And Resident Evil. Gonna put them all
And
together.
Resident Evil. I essentially want all the characters from Lost in the Goof Troop game. You meet them, they trick you, they deceive you. You fight a polar bear right next to the Jester hole. It's a blast. The second achievement I got is called Rap Snacks. In order to unlock Rap Snacks, you need to pick up a cherry or a banana on a stage with an enemy called a rap.
Which enemy was that?
That is one of the big. It's one of the big boys who has striped shirts who turns into a beach ball.
Oh, it turns into the beach ball. Yeah.
I don't know why his name is Rap, but it is.
I think one of the was it Rap or was it Rob?
There is a Rob. Rob. Okay, so here's kind of a mark against the game. They take a lot of the same sprites and they palette swap them and then just give them different names, even though they kind of do pretty much the same damn thing, except for Rap, who turns into a beach ball. Because Rap looks like Rob, who looks like Roger, and Jester looks like Jack, who looks like Jolly. So they're working a theme here. But yeah, but still, yeah. As far as I know, it's Rap that turns into a ball. And the last achievement I got is Avast ye scurvy dogs. In order to unlock Avast ye scurvy dogs, get it because they're dogs. You get the pirate thing. Yeah, we all got it. We all got the joke. Yeah. Okay, great.
Never seen a dog eat an orange. Yeah. So yeah, they all have.
Yeah, right. They've all got scurvy. I've really never seen a dog eat an orange. Wow. I'm going to YouTube once this is done. I'm going to figure that shit out. In order to unlock Avast ye scurvy dogs, you need to reach Keelhaul Pete without ever eating a single fruit in the entire game.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
I don't know how much vitamin C you can find in cherries or bananas. So maybe
not much.
Probably not much in bananas.
Might fight the scurvy away though. Keep
potassium. Stay awake.
Yeah. And I know I learned from all the ads I've seen on the internet that I shouldn't eat bananas if I'm trying to lose weight.
They are super high in sugar.
Yeah, is that the thing? All right. I was also going to add something else, but it's fine. I decided against that. It would reveal too much about my private life, my browsing habits,
my secret banana consumption.
All right, fine. I'll tell you. There is a model on Reddit who I followed because she's very pretty, but she decided to go down a different path. She decided to go down keeping with the theme, a chonky girl path, which is fine. It's fine. But then she started talking about her technique and how she artificially inflates her stomach by eating a shitload of bananas. And then I was like, is that a real thing? And then
That's what Donkey Kong does.
And we're in a real King K. Rool situation here.
That's the model.
Right?
The technique is actually called Konging it.
And then once I discovered that's what she's doing, I ceased all research because I was like, I gotta pull out. I'm in too deep. I feel like it's like a Call of Cthulhu kind of thing.
I'm gonna summon Funky Kong if I keep doing this.
The madness is gonna set in. I have to this shit doesn't matter to me at all.
It is his feast day. Gorge yourself on bananas till you become bloated. Present yourself for others to masturbate to. Thus is the glory of Funky Kong.
Whoa, hold on. Funky Kong doesn't promote masturbation.
That's true. He just watches.
Right?
He's a god. He can change rules when he wants to.
That is true. He is a god of chaos, so you're right. He can pretty much flip the script anytime.
He's not the one true chaos god, though. All hail the randomizer.
All hail the randomizer.
Randomizer.
God, is Funky Kong the randomizer?
Ooh.
The randomizer is going to be pissed AF.
That's OC level 7 once we've purified.
It's like a Scooby-Doo situation. They unmask the randomizer and it just turns out to be Funky Kong.
It was
Funky Kong all along.
That's going to be when we do the last randomized episode, that's what we will reveal.
Yeah, who it is the whole time. Chocto, do you have any achievements?
I have one, and it is Yo Ho Ho and a Bottle of Fun, kill 50 pirates.
Excellent.
All right.
And that's it.
So I've got 2. Of course, because you said it, Dave, Hyuck shot, and that is when you get the hook shot. And the other is Goofy Shane, and that is what you see that Goofy has a rat tail.
Has a rat tail.
Like a dirty Shane. I think that's all we got, isn't it?
That's it.
All right.
Oh, well, actually, I have a question for you gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know how much this game is on average, according to PriceCharting.com, loose.
I bet it's pretty cheap, reasonably cheap.
I think it sold a lot of copies. I mean, Capcom is a pretty big publisher.
And this was a 1993 game, I believe. So that's like in the heyday
of the Super Nintendo, or towards the end of the Super Nintendo's life.
So I would say $8.02.
$8.02?
Yep.
Okay. Chocto, what do you think?
I'm going to say $14.68.
$14.68. Actual retail value of Goof Troop loose for the Super Nintendo, according to PriceCharting.com at the time of this recording, is $13.25. Chocto, by Price is Right rules.
Yep.
You win that one, sir. Congratulations. You'll get to spin the big wheel, and then we'll have a
Going for the cruise.
Yeah, we'll have a showcase showdown. It'll be great.
You'll face Sean Miller in the showcase showdown.
Yes. You want to take a stab at how much this game is new on average?
$54.
How much did you say, Tyler?
54.
I'm going to say $73.29.
$87.90.
Damn.
I feel like that's always it's always tough because new games, who knows?
Yeah, you don't fucking know. It's just going to generally be a lot.
Yeah. That shrink wrap, man. It's pricey.
Well, thank you again very, very much, Choctopus, for coming on and helping us out so much.
No problem. I'm always happy to be on, and everything just lined up because I told Dave. Sent him a list of games, and Goof Troop was one of them, and I didn't know that it was the retro game of the month and that he was playing it already, so everything worked out.
But please promote the hell out of yourself.
Yeah, where can we find you, man?
I am on YouTube. I do a lot of Nintendo and Smash stuff. You can find me at youtube.com/Choctopus. And also I'm on Twitch, and right before we started recording, I was just talking to Dave. I got an email saying that the username Choctopus was available on Twitch, and it was years it was unavailable because it was an old Justin TV username. So I actually just switched to twitch.tv/Choctopus as well, and you can find me same as that on Instagram and Twitter, ChoctopusYT, because that's the only one I haven't gotten yet. The only Infinity Stone I don't have left.
I really like your content. I'm looking forward to. I watched all your Mario Maker 2 stuff. I'm really looking forward to you working that in.
Pumped for that game.
Yes, me too. I hope I play it more than I did Mario Maker, because I was pumped for Mario Maker, and then I was like, "Yes, I finally have it," and then I set it down and just did other stuff.
I got it and then promptly lost it.
You lost
No
it?
clue where it went.
If you guys think a lot of the nation is going to buy it, then you should have a level building contest.
Oh my God, that's a good idea.
How fucked up could that get so fast?
Yeah, how many dicks can you cram into a level? We're going to get a reputation through Nintendo. Nintendo's going to be like,
so.
Fine, Tyler and Dave, take them out.
They send the assassins.
And at that point, we'll be like, it was Chocto's idea.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. For the next show, we'll be catching up with Super Strike Eagle.
Per the randomizer.
Yes.
And then, God, after that, I swear to you, the randomizer is going to hit us with sports game after sports game.
It's going to punish us for going off course.
Because we have fucked up big time doing Goof Troop out of order.
Yep.
You pissed off the randomizer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it is a vengeful
A
god.
wrathful god.
Let's see. Hey, do you want to send us something for an intro? You can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. You can find us on Facebook. If you want that real shit, those those real goofy memes, them Garfield memes, them dark shits,
Yeah.
TADPOG Nation on Facebook. We also got an Instagram, TADPOG_podcast. If you want to give us a call, 270-883-2555. What else we got, Dave?
I stream on Twitch on Sundays. Typically, you can catch me on there on Sunday nights. Just search for TADPOG_podcast on Twitch, and you'll find me there. Thanks for everybody who's been hanging out. It's been really nice. I've been with this whole 3-day weekend thing. I've really got the itch to stream more, and so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Nice.
It's been fun, and especially with the Retro Gaming Monthly. They've got like Streets of Rage High Score Challenge. So I've been playing a shitload of Streets of Rage, and it's like, man, I should stream this. This stream should just be a Streets of Rage stream. And I get all these fucking weird ideas. But you can find us there. You can also find us, hey, did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy it like $1's worth? If you did, you can find us on patreon.com/tadpog. Yes, I'm begging. Please give us $1.
Please.
And you get access to a whole bunch of bonus content that we've done, which has been quite a bit. That's bonus episodes. We've got a waifu pillow shoot if you want to see that, which I promise you do. You can find all of that on patreon.com.
Jenny and Michelle have that hanging up in their house. It's very sweet.
It is true. We've also got some videos on there if you want to see Tyler throw up. That's on there. So
that's worth $1 in itself.
That is worth $1, I promise.
And I just want to also, with Jack coming home, hopefully everything still stays on course, but I just really want to thank everybody with the GoFundMe to help support with Jack and Gray being born and everything we've gone through and everything we've dealt. It's been a long journey to get home. So I just, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank everybody for Dave, for you for starting that, everyone else for coming in and supporting us. And it's been unbelievably amazing the way the community has helped Melissa and I and our kids. I couldn't be more thankful for everybody.
We're all excited for Jack to come home. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him. I haven't met Jack yet, so I'm excited for that. Hopefully, I get to do that on Thursday when we record Super Strike Eagle.
Okay, sounds good. Well, our theme song is "Move" by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track we found on the show notes at tadpog.com. How do you guys want to close this one out?
It's Garfield.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah, you thought I'd say Goofy, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was going to say our favorite Goof Troop member.
I was thinking Garfield because like the whole time we were telling cat stories, I was like, man, I wonder if there's a comic where Garfield ever took a shit or a piss in the vet's office.
Oh, what's the vet's name?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Shit.
Don't do this to me. Liz.
Liz.
Is it really Liz?
That's it. You're right. That's it. It's Liz. Where like
she eventually put Garfield down at the end of the comic.
The internet like is so like Garfield obsessed at this point, which I love.
Oh, that Garfield Game Boy. Holy fuck.
Oh yeah, by oh god, I can't remember his name all of a
I
sudden.
remember seeing the original art on Reddit and watching it become this horror YouTube video is so fucking good. Oh, I want someone to make that as a game.
I'm looking.
Garfield's cart.
I do
Bonus
own
episode.
I do own Garfield Cart, and I've heard that they have added multiplayer support, so you can actually race with
They've added
other people.
great old one Garfield to the roster.
I'm a John Arbuckle main.
Yeah, I get it. I do. I get it. I like the trolls, so I'm a Nermal. I'm a Nermal main.
Damn.
Nermal, I feel, is probably the Jigglypuff of Garfield kart racing. The Game Boy, the Garfield horror Game Boy video that you're talking about was done by Lumpy Touch. I'll have a link to that in the show notes at tadpog.com. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Also, shit, I forgot to mention this. I've been Discord has been a lot more active recently. If Discord's your thing, you can hit up bit.ly/tadpogdiscord, and you'll get an invite to join the server. So we welcome you to come on if that's your thing.
All right, so until next time.
Wait, how are we closing this out? Garfield?
Garfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right, just check.
So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
I can smell you, John.
We're just waiting on Tyler.
Yeah, he's over here.
In a rush.
He's deep. He's deep in it. Watching.
He's what?
He's watching porn on his phone.
Like right next to you?
He's across the table.
I was going to say also masturbating.
No.
Like, just rubbing one out real quick.
No, he's not, but I am.